Shalom, Shalom, Mashpaka. Watchman Yirmiyahu, Qadashayam of Yasharal, out here working my tail off. Kind of funny, I feel like the last time I turned this camera on, I had this shirt. But it's been several days, so it's been washed. Relax. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm working my tail out here doing this food delivery. And honestly, I have no idea how we're going to be meeting our financial needs. I really feel sincerely like this is the time of the wearing out of what they call saints, wearing out of the Qadashayam. And makes me think about generational cursing. And when the scripture says I visit the iniquity of the fathers to this 7th and 8th generation of those that hate me, I think about my own father, my own grandfather. Just go back one generation from where we are right now, especially like those of us born and raised in America. Even if you have people who are in Christianity, Mormonism, Roman Catholicism, whatever religion, I've been saying these things for so long. The 501c3 institutions, none of those are in the way. And to understand the hate would be foolishness, wickedness, disobedience. Disobedience to what? The statutes and the commandments. Yahusha, the Messiah, said, if you love me, guard my commandments. So guess what, family? The percentage of our fathers who have walked in disobedience, even if they think they're in righteousness, if they're not guarding Thurah, if they're not trusting in Yahusha, trusting in Yahusha doesn't mean that you just throw out the commandments. That's the lie. That's the lawlessness. Yeah? That's the worship of an idol. Not the true Messiah of the scriptures, but a Messiah of the vain imaginations of man, a doctrine of devils. That's what it is to eat meat sacrificed to idols, giving thanks to Zeus, for example, for your turkey at Thanksgiving, a pagan festival centered around genocide, which has been going on, live streamed on everyone's phones for 2 years, while the performance and the stage show of the UN having all their debates and their votes. People are arguing now saying, oh yeah, the foundational documents, the structure of the UN and how it works is flawed. No, it's not. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do from Jump Street, from day one. Just like this land is, you can go back and look at the foundation. You can look at the ley lines. You can look at the old world buildings. You can look at a lot. And even if you truly understand what liberty is, a foreign mighty one, justice, okay? You need to understand what these things are. Grace, faith. These are all names of foreign mighty ones. That's why that there's some female idol up on top of the U.S. Capitol. Diana, Isis, Ishtar, Queen of Heaven worship. Just like Donald J. Trump just recently tweeted his thing about his worship of the Queen of Heaven. He's not in the way. He's not a man of righteousness. Sorry, I digress, right? Because I want to question if he's a man at all. And most people can't get on that level, and that's okay. But seriously, if you're really over here talking about the UN in a political perspective, or talking about nation states and governments from a political perspective, you're missing the point completely. They're doing exactly what they were designed to do from their inception. Okay? There is no person that you vote for that comes up and runs the government which is mind control. I don't know how many times I have to say these things. What's the point, you know? I mean, it's like people's minds are already made up. I believe that we're suffering now in ways that we're not really used to because the hand of the restrainer is lifted. Now you have the Arab states aligning themselves and talking about ways to enhance their defense. Okay? When Trump just signed an executive order stating that if anybody takes a United States citizen hostage, it's a declaration of war. You don't think that's going to happen? Because I do. I think it's going to happen real fast. The United States just vetoed for the 6th time. And the whole rest of the world is united. Even the United Kingdom, where Trump is saying, yeah, it's crimes against humanity, it's genocide, Israel's wrong, but they don't stop funding them. They don't stop supplying weapons. It's all babble, blah, 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 blah. And it's not like, oh, shoot, they vetoed, now we can't do nothing. It was made that way from the very beginning so that that could happen. There is a very ancient evil that thinks up these plans. When it says trust the plan, that's their plan of their great awakening, of the return of the Titans. I'm driving around here doing this work and I'm seeing more and more houses for sale constantly. Are you guys seeing more and more houses for sale? What's happening to the owners of these houses? Are they just moving? Or is it something more permanent? Because I think it is. I could be wrong, but I really do think it is. And I think that, like I said, the Charlie Kirk stage show, Charlie is the third, C is the third letter, K is the 11th, 3 times 11 is 33. You don't know how much that plays out in the media. Like I said, that's like spray painting your gang tag on the side of the subway. We were here. This is our turf. 33, 33. It's in everyone's face, along with the one-eyed symbolism and all the Masonic hand gestures and all the rest of it. But if you're seriously caught up in any kind of political debates at all, you are missing it, man. You are missing it. It's made this way. It's meant to keep you preoccupied and distracted and missing the point, right? It's like arguing over the wrestlers as if they're real, or the soap opera as if those characters in the soap opera are real. It's not. Politics is a performance. They're puppets. They have handlers. This whole thing is not real. If you look at the imagery of the checkerboard floor with the 2 pillars, red, blue, Republican, Democrat, righteous government, wicked government. That's the deception. All the kings of the earth conspired together to make war against the Most High Yah and his people, which is so few. So few. I can't even believe how few it is. Lots of people say that they're Yashar'Al. Some believe they are, but some know they're not. And it's one thing to know that they're evil. And if you don't even know that, I don't know what to say at this point. It's in front of the whole world, spitting in the face of the entire world, mocking them, right? But all these who are supporting them, who are giving the veto authority to back them up, that's your own land. Wicked. And all the ones who continue to fund it, even though they're word salad, oh, they honor the victims with their lips, but their hearts are far from them. As always, like I said, family, Palal, for vengeance to come upon the wicked, and for Hasad, mercy, to come to the victim. Who's really innocent? None. None are worthy. No, not one. That's how we get right back to the Basura, the great news. that though we were afar off, though we were blind, though we were deaf, though that we were lame, though that we could only lie, cheat, steal, wrestling with the world, the flesh, and the devil, unable to fulfill the will of the Most High, our Creator and Sustainer, He had love for us and compassion for us, willingly laying down His own life, His Spirit taking on flesh, indwelling, being tempted in all ways as we are, yet without chata, without any crime, only doing the will of the Father. Yahusha HaMashiach demonstrated to us all perfectly, not my will be done, thy will be done. That's called submission. That's called obedience. That's why people hate the way, because they don't want to submit. They want a virtue signal. They want people to think that they're righteous when they're not. And they love their darkness, so they want to cling to every little bit of it they can. They'll make sacrifices here and there to walk in the light, but you watch. You watch. If you point out too much error, they'll depart. They'll depart from you. Just like they did to Yahusha. All right. You should be able to see the beast system pretty clearly now. Don't get confused by the flags, the costumes, the babble tongues. All those tongues are unclean. There's only one pure language. You know what I mean? Everything else is a counterfeit. I got to get back to it, family. Much love. Shalom.